Hi everyone, I'm Harriet Green, and over half of the world is under 30 years of age. And I was asked to talk about business leaders engaging, interacting, and inspiring this extraordinary group of people. And as I often do in these little talks to create further discussion, I'm starting with a quote. And this is from Benjamin Disraeli, who wrote, very surprisingly to me, almost everything that has been great has been done by youth. So I'm going to expand upon this theme, and the only place in this talk that I'm going to use labels is just here. So the label that most apply to this younger generation are Millennials, Generation Zs, and I like to call these Next Gen. And for the purposes of the labels, which we're going to ditch, I am a boomer. You'll often hear these exchanged in debates about age diversity. My insights, my information comes from research. It comes from mentees, my business coaching, and some very interesting work done by Facebook in their research called Meet the Future, Deloitte's on their Millennial Survey 2020, and a deep passion for this whole area when running businesses. My premise for this talk is that organizations should aspire to have deep inclusion because of people's age, sex, color, creed, sexuality, physical and cognitive abilities. And age diversity is a very large issue. For example, close to half of the population, working population of IBM, falls into that next gen group. And India, 2024, almost half of its billion plus population will be younger than 30. So this is becoming a huge challenge. Why? First of all, the vortex of change that you've heard me talk about. Climate change, a new epoch of technologies, a rightful, deeper need for inclusion, and the health pandemic that we're all experiencing as we talk. Second why is that the next generation are our future. And for them, we need them to be bringing 200% of themselves to work. And people and planet will be that which drives profitability. And so we need to engage in a very different way. And this younger generation has to really sense that it matters, that it believes, and that it belongs. And then finally, this generation listens to its own. As an example, Billie Eilish and her telecom ad. If you've not seen it, really do. Greta Thunberg, her climate change, nobody better for any one of us to learn from. Malala, as she graduates from Oxford with her focus on female education. And Marley Diaz, her hashtag 1,000 Black Girls Books campaign. These are all next geners who are listened to by their own. Now, age diversity covers a spectrum of time. And I think we all need to learn from each other in a very authentic and real way. And to engage and interact and inspire our youth, I have a number of practical suggestions, which I'm sure you'll go on to debate. I think as a foundation for this section, I profoundly believe that all leaders, whether it's of governments, countries, units, businesses, not-for-profits, we as leaders must relearn post this vortex of change or during the vortex of change. We need to to learn, to unlearn, to relearn. I think it's Alvin Toffler who says the illiterate of the 21st century are not those who can't read and write, but those who can't learn, unlearn, and relearn. And I've been doing this myself with a whole range of things. For example, watching a series called Conversations with a Black Man. So we all as leaders need to relearn. And one of the things that I've seen work very, very powerfully is mutual mentoring. When you take people from different cores of their time with an organization, with different experiences, some of many decades, some of a number of months, and put them together. The results when I did this for a team of 60 direct reports was amazing. Paired with young people, and the fun, the learning, the wisdom, the joy that came out of that was absolutely manifest. And it's easy to set up, it's fun to do, and you'd be surprised what comes out as next steps and outputs. Secondly, more structurally, shadow boards. These are boards of your high potential young people where you have particular skill sets or problems or functions, marketing, a new product launch, a group to take a deeper dive into equity, diversity, and inclusion, to organize themselves, to give a view, to learn, to give input. Again, not very hard to do and immensely empowering, and surprising what extraordinary inputs one gets in return. One of the initiatives that I have always loved, which is an IBM initiative called the Service Corps, is where IBM takes specific challenges that have come in from around the world in different countries, whether it be Thailand or Egypt or Senegal or Nigeria, or even issues of social mobility in the UK, and takes talented individuals in a young group, but with some specific vertical experience, whether it be supply chain or marketing or manufacturing, to go and help that country or that government solve the issues. Amazing resilience, amazing fortitude, and extraordinary results come out of that. I also believe it's critical, as leaders listen to this, that we are creating a superb consumer grade kind of environment where young people can come together in a company and bring 200% of themselves to work, from when they're hired, and hopefully stay with you until they retire. And this needs to include how they study, internships they might take, wanting to be part of a new startup in the business, how you support the younger generation through the lifetime of their family, whether that's children, or when I was in Asia Pacific, giving support for many young people who are the primary carers of their elderly parents and aunts and uncles in that Asian caring construct. So a sort of lifetime of commitment drawn down from a menu on a needs basis. And I think that is so important. So I would really say that any one of those, a combination of them or all of them, can really embrace the next gen and the younger generation in a very powerful way. Because as the wonderful Franklin D. Roosevelt said, we cannot always build the future for our youth. Never has it been truer, I think, than now. But we can build our youth for the future. And so with that, I hope these inputs have been helpful and they create further discussion going forward. Thank you very much.